Hello and welcome to B's Viewpoint, where we have a special guest appearance as well as Ohio Media School students. Her name?
I'm La Renee.
La Renee, and my name is Belinda, aka BB the Jamaican G.
Tell me your stage name.
Oh, my stage name is DJ Snacks.
DJ Snacks. And you'll be seeing more of us in upcoming future events and shows and everything. So, La Renee, the first thing I want to ask you is, would you rather like or prefer old school or new school?
Old school all day long.
Old school? Why old school?
One, it just brings that nostalgic, great feeling of Saturday morning cleaning for me.
I know that's right.
You know, like my mom, I even do it with my son now. He's 10. Saturday mornings, we get up. There's some Luther. There's some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Big Luther, little Luther.
Big Luther.
Oh my God.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. I heard. Yes.
There is a difference.
Yes.
Would
you say that hip hop is dead, or that it's just begun?
In any realm of music, I don't ever think it's dead. I don't ever think it's dead. I think hip hop has so much room for more evolution that it already has come. I don't think it's dead. I think it's just getting.
Tell me where you were born and originally raised in.
Well, I am originally from Kansas City, Missouri, born and raised, which I think also has an influence of why I say old school music, because if you do or don't know, Kansas City, we got a lot of good jazz. Like in 18th and Vine, you will find a lot of natural music things that you will not find in other places. So I think that made an imprint on why I started playing instruments, along with the family base that I have. Everybody in my family is musical in some kind of way.
And what would you say your special talent is in music? Would you say singing, dancing?
Now, I can shake it alone. Alone.
Let me see.
Alone, you know, like chair dance, I'm gonna wear it out. I'm gonna chair. But I stayed in the realm of music. Singing, I play the piano and the violin.
I bet you're pretty good at that too.
Yes.
How long have you been playing the piano and violin and singing? How long have you been doing that?
Singing all my life, church. Singing all my life. Yep.
In the church choir singing praise.
Yep. Sundays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
So you probably have Bible study in the
Oh my God, yes, Bible study, vacation. My grandfather read Sunday school in the morning. My mother read vacation Bible school crafts and stuff. We was deep. We was deep.
Heavily involved in the church.
Yes, heavily involved in the church. That's the first whip of singing, so I can't recall not singing. Actual instruments, though, I started early in grade school. I started playing the piano by the time I was my son's age 10.
Oh my God,
I was playing the piano.
Too?
And he's just now playing the piano. I got a new piano this summer.
Girl involved in piano lessons.
Still love it. It's creative. It's
She's
the one.
Could she start that?
Do it now. Do it now.
God.
Do it now. Do it now. You can actually, to get her interested, have her go on YouTube and look at prodigy children playing the piano. It forever clicked something in my son's head, because it was like, they're young like me. They're doing it. It registers.
That thing where if they can do it,
I can do it too. Yeah, that association. You know. But yeah, so I started at 10 years old doing the piano. And I started competing by 13. And then I was the 3-time superior winner for the state of Missouri by 16.
Oh my God. That is amazing. That is very impressive. And what about the violin?
The violin, I started the violin at 12. And I held first chair all the way until I graduated. And even when I had to pick a choice between choirs, because I was in multiple choirs in Missouri, and I couldn't be in multiple choirs and orchestra at the same time, which broke my heart. I was so good they let me be an honorary member. So even when they had their concerts and stuff, and they knew I loved it, but I had to choose academically. I had to choose.
Yeah,
so But they still let me have the fun. I was happy.
Okay, you still
So
had fun.
yeah, I had my fun.
Was you
I just
still
wanted to be a part of it.
seeing that happened to you, where you had to choose between one or the other when it both dealt with music. Would you say that we were definitely in need of a music union that would have your best interests at heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, and or ghost?
Yes. Music is so crucial for the development of minds, not just young minds, but adults. But adults as well. You ever realize when you're having high anxiety, people who maybe suffer from depression, it is healing. It is healing. You know, they wouldn't tell you to put on nice, calming, relaxing music when you're doing yoga if they didn't think that it can put you in the right mind space that you need to be.
Mind space,
Sound.
mindset. Yeah.
It affects you.
How do you feel about ghostwriters?
You know what? I'm kind of indifferent only because it is a craft.
Some
People may
ghostwriters
not
don't want
like
to be
it.
known. Some ghostwriters do eventually.
Eventually, that's a let a person come out at their own time.
And that's the thing we were talking about earlier before the camera was on. We were talking about how the vultures come out.
Yes.
Dissect you apart.
Because the industry will try to grab you to mold it to what they see at that time. I know in my experience, I was solicited at a young age to sing. Very major company, but at that time I was still a competitive piano player, and that was serious in my world. And so they were trying to be in a situation where they were coercing my parents to stop. As much as they knew about my development and growth in music. It's like, okay, yes, she can sing. Why do we have to stop piano and violin? We can cultivate that while she's getting started up in the industry. You know, it's a start. But they push that. You don't know what all you need. You know, I'm your inside person. You know, I'm the person that knows, and this is the time. This is the moment to go, and this, that, and the other. We don't want to miss it while it's hot. My voice wasn't going anywhere. You know, but they wanted it now.
That's
you know,
what they wanted you to believe. Your voice wasn't going anywhere.
Right. You know, so it was just like the industry can be very vulging and they
manipulative and
yes. And the first things that they do, she's so beautiful. She's so, and my mother's like, her beauty is not about to fade.
Oh
yes, the imagery. And at that time, which a lot of people don't pay attention to, I was in my early teens. My body was of early 20s.
So they were
how do you dress a teenager with a grown body? You're going to dress her like a grown up. Yes. And my mother was trying to protect me from that. Like, no, she's not grown. You're not going to project her in that grown image. Everybody's going to look at her like she's a grown woman because her physique
you would have all
says
these pedophiles
that. Right.
You molesters, all that.
You know,
no, I'm not going to keep my baby around.
Right. And my mother was like, I'm not going to put her in that light. You know, you're not going to put my baby on display like that. I know you're thinking of the dollars and the talent, so you say. I'm looking at the aftermath of how is her life going to be later on.
I'll tell you a story. I was 7 years old. Someone came to knock on my babysitter's door about me doing music. I couldn't come out there and talk. He was talking to the husband of my babysitter. And he tells him, no, her mom's not here, and I disagree with it too. So he had to tell him to go. And that's just the way it was. I had long, beautiful hair.
Then my hair was just...
My body was fit. I was fit for a 7-year-old. And he told him no.
Yeah, I believe it.
You gotta protect your children out
You
here.
do.
You got to.
You do.
That's where I think the music union would be a great idea. So, because it would help to accomplish so much more. You'll make a lot more in the process and gain a lot more in the process and be happy about what you did. You earned that right.
Right.
And then a lot of times people walk around thinking, oh, they got all the money. They're doing great. No, they're struggling just like we are, but in a different standpoint. So
they're just at a different point.
That's why the music union is well deserved.
Yes.
Well, I thank you so much.
No problem at all. It's been a joy, and we'll have to do it again.
Yes. One last question.
Sure.
Or two last questions. What's the length of time you've accomplished in the studio?
Well, as you stated before, I am an OMS student. So I've been an OMS student since March of this year. This is the first time I ever had actual studio time. Now, before March of this year, I say 2019 was when I started heavily into the media industry. Because you know, the Rona changes everything.
Yes,
I had a major
platforms.
Right. So I was never a media person before, but I like to talk to people and interact with folks, and this gave me a way to still do that and still feel a closeness. So that's why I'm enjoying it.
Yes. And what's the shortest amount of time it took you to complete a song?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really write songs. I do poetry. I make great commercials.
Okay.
But I've never made a song yet.
Yes, you did. Poems.
Yes.
And you just call it poems. You can turn that poem into a song any day you feel like.
Very true, because you know I have been told for years that songs is nothing but poetry to music. So you're right. Maybe if I smash all my little poems,
to do one of your poems with a song.
I might.
Okay, do it.
I might.
You better do it.
It might be challenged.
Oh my God. Poems are so beautiful. You'll do it. You'll knock it out the box.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yes, I love you for being on the show, and I love you still no matter what.
No, thank you.
It's all love. Thank you for tuning into B'sViewpoint, and we appreciate your guidance and participation and attention, and we're out.
Swallow my pride, thumbs up for the hood. Banging them cuts like they wish they could. Give props to my niggas who all been locked up. Thank God for the most high. God said, Murphy, you the one. Wake up every morning just to see my peace. I thank God every morning just for blessing me and for everything. Clean night, clean shoe. Yeah, I'm tossing up all this money I gotta give, and I don't give a fuck. Hands up, toes down. I am the best one, wrong one, right one to give a fuck. However you look at it, they already know I can give two fucks about what they say about me. They gon' talk either way, doing good, doing bad. I'm the best, yes I am. Wear the crown, wear it well, like I always knew I had. Never sloppy, never stopping, go hard for the mic. When I rap it right. If I'm wrong, call me right. When I'm Murphy, yes I'm right. Can't call me till you get it right. Our Father, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table in the presence of thine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Thine enemies are my footstool. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever.